Bobby Bones.
Brothers and sisters.
So Fancy to me is a jam, and then you listen to the lyric and you're like, wow, it's kind of sad. It's a jam, but it's kind of sad. So it's your song. Tell me about Fancy.
I love Fancy. First time I ever heard it, I fell in love with it because I like story songs. I'm a huge fan of Dolly Parton, Tom T. Hall, people who write story songs. Bobby Gentry, Ode to Billy Joe. Well, Fancy was the first one that was really big in 1968. And then later on in years when I got to start recording and singing old songs, I wanted to do Fancy. Well, Jimmy Bowen wouldn't let me because, it's a rags to riches song and probably a very not appropriate form.
Sure.
She's a prostitute.
She's a prostitute. That's correct.
Hey, but my favorite movie's Pretty Woman.
There you go. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Because they're the same.
So he wouldn't let me record it.
Prostitute.
And then later on when I got to work with Tony Brown, he let me record it. And it's probably my biggest hit. But it only went to number 7 in the charts.
Are you kidding me?
It was not a number 1 record.
I say we
number one here.
relaunch it just
Yeah.
for fun
I
after
think
this
so.
single and go back to number 1. Okay.
We'll show them.
So you finally record this song. What year?
Oh, Lord, bar. 90.
So it took quite a bit of time.
68 to 1990.
Wow. And you held it in your heart that you always wanted to record that song.
Yeah.
Okay,
Perfect.
so that's the night that the lights went out in Georgia. I want to play that one. I want to know about that song to you.
Okay. 1971. You know who Vicki Lawrence is.
I do. She was Mama's Family. I know the whole thing. Yes, I do
and
know Vicki Lawrence is.
You know who Carol Burnett is.
She won a
the whole
Carol
thing.
Burnett lookalike and then was Mama's Family.
Yeah.
And Thelma Harper. I got it.
Okay, so in 1971, Vicki was married to a guy, her first husband, who was a very good songwriter. And he wrote this song, and he pitched it to a lot of famous artists, and they all turned him down. And he said, I don't understand this. This is a monstrous hit. He said, my wife could record this, and it'd be a monstrous hit. And they all said, well, let her. And she did. It was her one and only number 1 record. And I loved it so much that 20 years later, I recorded it. That's the night the lights went out in Georgia.
So first, it was number 1 by Thelma Harper of Mama's Family.
Yeah.
Which is how I know her. Vic, and then you recorded it in this
20 years later.
This song is so good. I'm an advanced Reba fan.
Yeah?
If there was a Reba category in Jeopardy, I'd wager all my money. If it was Daily Double Reba McEntire, I wager it all, Alex. So one of my favorite videos as a kid was the beauty salon, and you're all dancing around. Why haven't I heard from you? So I'm gonna play that one. Tell me about that song. Give me the story there.
The video was so much fun when I got to be with the big suds hair and just making all the faces. That was the first video where I ever got to really be Reba. The cut up, the one that likes to joke around. And then here we are coming down that staircase in those little outfits with the cane and the top hats and everything, and standing by the payphone. How about that? You don't see that in videos nowadays.
Yeah, you don't see payphones nowadays.
Period.
Yeah.
So but it was a fun video to get to do.
And so this song, do you still play it, or is it?
Oh
just,
yeah.
Oh, you do?
We do it on our show every night.
Good. I was worried.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pick one that you were like, oh, I'm disappointed you picked that one.
No, these are the songs that I'm very proud of, and we do a medley of Why Hadn't I Heard From You and Take It Back, and it really goes well together.